Welcome to No Game Sports. My name is Dom DiVincenzo.
I'm Brendan Jin.
I'm Ricky Rodriguez.
Yeah, this week we wanted to get into our NBA matchups for the first round of the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, what we got?
All right, so we'll start with the East, the 1 versus 8 seed. So the
Sure.
Hawks won today because today is Wednesday. Heat versus the Hawks. How you guys feeling?
Well, do the Hawks have to play the Cavs?
Yeah, they have
no?
to play Cleveland, and we'll see who.
You're right.
wins that?
I forgot about. Oh shit. We'll start
But
with
I
that.
think, that's going to be a good one. I think the Hawks will take that.
Yeah, I think the
between
Hawks will beat
Cleveland.
that over. I think they'll,
Mhm.
they'll go over Cleveland.
Yeah,
I think they just have a little bit more
Um,
experience too with Trey.
Yeah, Cleveland's young. You know,
Mhm.
Mobley's a force and all that, and Darius.
I
Garland.
like Garland a lot, but
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be enough.
not quite. I think Trey Young.
Trey's lights out.
Yeah, I mean Trey Young, you got, they got the shooters,
Hunter.
Bogdanovich, Huerter.
Mhm.
I know John Collins is out, but yeah, down low, I mean, you got Clint Capella. Yeah, I think he had a double today. So yeah, no, I think just the experience factor takes over. But I like the Hawks. They're nice, but definitely not over the Heat. I don't like them in that matchup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd feel confident saying Heat in 5, maybe pluck off 1.
Yeah.
Maybe catch him slipping in 1, but I'd say Heat in 5 in that series, if that was the series.
that's going to be a sweep. We
Think
know.
so?
I mean, Miami historically, those are always hotly contested games. Division. I mean, even though division is not a big deal, you see them a
Yeah.
lot. And I just feel like I don't feel confident in Miami with like I don't think they're like the best team in the East and the 1 seed, but I don't think they're actually the best.
Right.
It's coming from a Heat fan, but I think against Atlanta, I don't think they have enough because Tyler Hero is going to come off the bench. He's going to keep up with scoring. I feel like to an extent with Trey, and then Trey's all they're going to have. He's going to have to keep, because I think Tyler will get you 20, 25. So will Trey until you hit that point where it's like, all right, Trey, do your thing, because Atlanta got to keep up somehow. He'll do his thing, but I think Bam, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Miami's number 1 in 3-point percentage. They're going to light it up. I think they sweep them.
Okay.
If not, I agree with 5, but I think that one, I think we all agree Miami for sure. No.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
Miami for sure. Something that's actually interesting about that was I think I saw Colin Cowherd mention that they should do 5-game series back to the 5-game series in the first round like that, because they were like, we don't want to see 1 seeds beat down on 8 seeds for 7 straight or for 4 straight games. You know what I mean? Or if they do plug off 1, it's like, how many times has this upset happened? I mean, I guess it's always nice to have that potential, but then like I feel like the 5-game would also just would get the job done and not drag it out.
Will we see
I
more
would like
upsets
that.
then? Will we see more
Yeah.
upsets with the 1? Would that be good?
Could.
I think we would, and I would like. I think a 5-game series would be a lot better because
a 5-game game plan is way different than a 7.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let me tell it to you like this: have you ever seen a March Madness game where, like, at tip you weren't kind of excited? Like, even if it's a 1B, like, it's always so exciting. But we've seen a million first-round NBA matchups where we're like I don't even want to watch. Like, we all know how it goes, especially if it's game 3 or something. That's like
exactly
not even. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? But if it's
What's
a
the viewer
5-game
rating?
series. If it's a 5-game series, I'm watching 1, 2. Every game is a big game, so I could see that. To me, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, and you think about the viewership, like you said, like the 1 seed's up 2-0 on the 8 seed, and now you're looking at game 3. What's the viewer, like? How many viewers do we really have going for that? Who really wants to see that? I mean, so
yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
All right. So up next is the 76ers and the Raptors. So how you guys feeling about that?
Rematch, huh?
Shoot, to me,
that's nasty.
That's got a lot.
No Kawhi this time. No Kawhi
this time. Yeah.
I like the Sixers. I just think Joel's been playing at a different level this year. I mean, they have him pretty high in the MVP conversation. I mean, obviously the guard play by Fred in Toronto is always nasty. But I still feel like, MVP Joel is kind of a different breed.
No, yeah, definitely. And MVP Joel, I mean, hopefully Harden can kick it into a different gear. Playoff time. I mean, he's like that. So
Mhm.
I don't really see them necessarily losing the series, but I think
it'll
Toronto will
be
make a little bit of a
close.
splash.
Yeah.
I think that they're having an underrated season. Siakam's put together a pretty good season so far. Definitely under the radar, and so I think it'll be a little bit interesting. But Sixers will still pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
do you
I
think?
think I agree. I think that that I like what Van Fleet's done since Lowry left. I feel like
Right. Step
people
up.
look at this and they're gonna see Harden, they're gonna see Embiid, they're gonna think, okay, come on. But I think the Raptors could win this. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
Because like I hate the whole legacy thing. I hate when people like do like things that aren't absolute. Like James, this is because it's gonna be a James Harden legacy thing. If James Harden can't get past this round against the Raptors, he'll forever. He already, a lot of people, I don't agree with it. A lot of people don't think he's that level.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna. He says it doesn't bother him. I think he said that yesterday in press conference. It does. Like he's gonna come out. I think he's gonna prove that like, even though they say all this stuff about me, I can't play. He's gonna drop his points and B's gonna do their thing and they'll get by. Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big James Harden guy. I hate Philadelphia, but the truth is, Joel's Joel, and I think James is gonna be James. So I see him. I don't think they have enough. Toronto.
I think Philly in 6. I feel like that would be.
I was gonna
fair.
say, I agree with 6 because I felt like at least Toronto's gonna give a pretty good fight. I feel like
They'll
they're
give
not
a
gonna
push.
just roll over. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and as we've seen, 2 years ago, Van Fleet, in that Warriors, I mean, that whole playoff run, obviously, but that man lit it up. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why he doesn't show up game time.
That's why I like Toronto too, like with their coach Nick Nurse and like everyone. Like I feel like they're a
well
team,
coached.
yeah, like I feel like they're a team that knows how to pull together wins. They don't need. I mean, they've had Kawhi, DeMar, Lowry, but like they can get those guys like that aren't the biggest names and get good chemistry going.
Yeah.
And that's why like I feel like Toronto could take this in 7, maybe even 6 if like Harden starts slipping. There's a little bit of issues. We know like Embiid, in my opinion, sometimes can get into it with his teammates, is not the best. We saw it with Simmons. There's some stuff going on. All of a sudden, the Raptors chemistry, they take advantage of that. And I think for that to happen, Pascal is going to have to continue to do what he does. But I mean, I don't think they have the defense for it. I mean, they don't really force turnovers like that. And I feel like if you're James Harden and be like that, you're going to have to do that. And I think Philly's I think they're last or around there in turnover. So it's not, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Sixers and 6.
Ish. Yeah. All right. Bulls and Bucks. This one's a
Bucks.
little bit more interesting. Obviously the Bulls started out extremely hot and they kind of had a little like rough patch, but Giannis, Chris Middleton with the Bucks. I mean, the way they played the last few years, the way they played this season, I don't really see them dropping this series either. It'll definitely be a fight. I don't think obviously the Bulls won't roll over. They're not that type of team, but I still feel that the Bucks will take it.
Doesn't matter who's on the floor. I mean, I got the Bucks at 5.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Damn, that quick?
I got it that quick. I think that the Bulls are nice. Maybe
they're just not built yet all the way.
Yeah, I mean, not up to the par with the defending champs. I don't think so.
No one could guard Giannis anyways. I mean,
no.
I feel like it's also one of the things like I want the Bulls to win just because like you root for DeMar and you root for like Zach LaVine and you root for Lonzo Ball because it's like, these are guys like Lonzo, they struggle at the beginning. DeMar got,
want to see,
blindsided in Toronto. Like it sucks. So you want to see him do good. And they got off to a hot start. They showed that chemistry. But like I always kind of check myself, like if you're ever like rooting for someone in a feel-good story, it's typically because you know what I mean? If you hate someone, that means you're really good. I hate James Harden because he's freaking good. I hate Joel Embiid. They're good. But if I'm rooting for you, it's probably because I want you to do something that I don't think you're capable of. So I don't.
Right.
I don't know. The Bulls do have the GOAT.
Yeah,
Caruso?
they do. Maybe
Caruso, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Bucks and 5, you say?
Bucks and 5.
Bucks and 5.
I can see it. All right. Next is the Celtics in Brooklyn.
This is the best one.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel like this is the closest one.
I feel like though you can make the argument that aside from Harden, this one is Tatum's legacy kind of thing. If you can beat KD and Kyrie,
that'd be huge.
It'll
Huge.
probably be
Insane.
he'll
I mean-
jump from he's already amazing, but he'll jump
Right.
from like you're amazing to oh my you're in that category with LeBron to me with Kevin Durant.
I mean,
in
that's-
NBA right now. In NBA right now, Steph Curry,
Okay.
like there's that upper echelon of those guys that are sure ballot Hall of Famers. To me, if you can beat KD, if you can put up point
Kyrie.
for point and match and Kyrie, because we saw it in the regular season the last time they played, Tatum matched up on Kevin Durant. I want to see 30 minutes of them matched up again this
Yeah.
next time. And you have KD, who I think is, to me,
One of the greatest
I mean,
scorers.
I'm high on KD. I think he is the best. I love
No,
KD.
yeah.
So if Tatum can do that and beat them, his legacy. But as far as picks, what do you guys think?
I mean, you talk about Tatum there. I mean, you also want to add in there, Jaylen Brown. I mean, they talked about trading that man halfway through the season.
Yeah.
A bunch of trade rumors going on, and and that since the All-Star break, I believe, like they're like up there as a scoring duo. And they really put it together, brought the Celtics from, I think they didn't have too great of a record before the All-Star break, and then after they've had one of the best. So I mean, it's really, really, really interesting matchup considering Kyrie can drop 40 on any given night whenever he feels like it, I guess.
Especially right now. Man, it's
Obviously
hot.
KD. Obviously
KD's the same
probably
thing.
most gifted scorer I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. So
They could take a month off from basketball, like
Yeah.
no play, and just show up on a random Tuesday and drop 40 on NBA primetime. Like they don't. It's insane.
the man does not care. With that being said, though, I mean,
I mean, the
don't know.
Celtics are gritty.
I think
the Celtics are
I
gritty.
think either way, 7 games.
That's what I was thinking. I was at least 6. There's no way either one.
Yeah,
of them
I think
let anything
either way,
happen
7
like that.
games.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the names are in Brooklyn, but
Yeah.
I mean, because you got
But
Goran,
the chip on their
Steph
shoulders,
Curry,
Celtics.
They got shooters. Is the Celtics, and the thing is, I like about them is like everyone's gonna hear Marcus Smart, or I'm sorry, they're gonna hear Brown and Tatum, and like I catch myself rooting for Tatum again. I don't know if that means something,
Right.
dumb, but I feel like Marcus Smart is that guy that like saves them almost. Like
Clutch.
last year or 2 years ago in the playoffs, he had 9 threes against Miami when Tatum was missing in action. He pulls them back. Like he's kind of like a Draymond Green. Like he's
Yeah.
that guy that like he's that scrappy guy that like he's a dog down low. He gets dirty, but then he'll pull up
Yeah.
and he'll make some big plays. And
Yeah.
Tatum likes to shoot, or Smart likes to use that 3 ball, and he does like those momentum plays, the plays that like that 3-pointer
Swing
was
the
worth
game.
more than
Yep.
exactly.
Totally.
It wasn't worth 3 points. That thing flipped the whole thing.
Momentum.
So
yeah.
I actually think I want to see KD do his thing, but Celtics are too hot right now. I think Celtics
Yeah.
in 7.
I like
say
Marcus
Celtics in
Smart's
7.
defense too.
Yeah.
Smart, Brown on
Celtics in
defense,
7.
even Tatum. I mean, that's a 3 straight lineup that's just absolute clamps. I
But-
mean, you can't guard KD, you can't guard Kyrie.
That's
No,
what-
but-
like
They're gonna get theirs.
But
They'll get
they'll
theirs.
get theirs, of course. But I mean, it's still they're going to give him a hassle at least.
But
It's not
yeah,
going to be an
but
easy 20 point.
they'll
game.
give
It's
him
gonna
a
be
hassle.
easy 30.
It's hard. It's hard to say, okay, KD and Kyrie are gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs.
yeah.
But I mean, you
The
look at the
matchup.
rest, like look at the rest of the team though. Like I mean, the Celtics are a gritty team. They're hot,
Yeah.
and yes, Jason Tatum has something to prove. I mean, yes, Jaylen Brown has something to prove. So I mean, I think it'll be an exciting
But
series. I think, yeah,
it's
I think
tough.
Celtics in 7. Yeah.
7. Because like then I look at it though on the net side, the trade for Seth Curry to me was huge. That man's been
Oh,
having a
yeah.
good year. He hits his 3-pointers too. What happens with Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's a question mark. How does he fit in there? Because I feel like the Sixers, it didn't work because they needed more from Ben. But in Brooklyn, you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. You don't need Ben to do
You
what
don't
they have.
need to score.
So then you throw out Ben Simmons out there and you have this massive guy as a point guard running like that. That's a huge mismatch because then you have Kyrie Irving as well. So I think it's like, because it's so hard to root. I mean, Kevin Durant scores, it's automatic. I don't know if you can root
I
against
think-
KD.
I feel like, yeah, I
I'm
feel like we
almost
can
changing.
make
I almost convinced myself to go back. I don't even.
well, I feel like we can make a contingent pick. Like, okay, Celtics in 7, but if Simmons comes into play, I feel like that's a big
swings.
That's a big momentum swing.
Yeah.
That I don't. Yeah, I mean, we don't know chemistry wise. I mean, dude hasn't played in what
Yeah, it's been a minute.
in a long time. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it could be fair to say.
I want to root for the Celtics. I'm going to say Celtics.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah.
Celtics.
I can root-
I'll say Celtics in 7.
I could get down with that. Yeah.
All right. You guys want to
Even
move
though
on
I
to the
hate
West?
him, but
West.
yep.
Yeah. All right. So Suns, they're still waiting on who to play. It's between Clippers and I believe the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clippers and the Pelicans. So who do you think wins that? Let's go with the playing game
I'll
first.
take the Clips.
I kind of like the Pelicans.
I want
I kinda like the
to
Pelicans.
win.
I
mean,
like CJ. I think Brandon Ingram can turn it on. They have
It's all on
everything
Zion,
to
though.
gain and nothing to lose. They have everything to gain and nothing to lose. I feel like the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna go out and give it their all. And I feel like, they could catch the Clippers slipping. It's a single game series. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So
I think Paul George will take over.
I
He'll do
know
his
I know
thing.
Paul George will get his,
Yeah,
obviously. but
I think they'll take that game.
Is Zion too, because Zion was rumored to be playing today. He didn't play. Is he going to come back for that game? His dad does more talk than him. His dad said he'll be playing. So to me, that's big.
that'll be
too.
another big key player, obviously. I mean, he hasn't been on
Yeah.
the court in a while.
But I
but-
think, Dom, I think that you're right. Celtics or Clippers. I think the Clippers take that one.
Yeah.
That's fair. We can
Um,
agree to disagree on this pick then. We'll just
fair
see. We'll see.
Okay. So
But-
then Clips.
Or
Clips or
Pelicans.
Pels versus Suns.
Suns. Yeah.
I feel like,
Suns.
either
We don't need
either
to
one
say
just-
anything.
either
I'll
one.
take Phoenix. I'll take Phoenix in 4 almost. I mean, I think Phoenix has been the
Either
most
one.
dominant team in the league.
And they've shown it every night. I mean,
Chris Paul
Yeah.
and Devin Booker have
Chris Paul's.
a big chip on their shoulder from last
Yes.
Mhm.
last year. I think.
I
yeah,
mean,
4.
Aiden's been playing out of his mind. There's
Yeah.
no
They're sweeping whoever is there.
there's no
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
I don't-
chance. in the first round.
Chris
Yeah.
Paul's just another beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to
Okay.
move on then? Because
Yeah.
no debate
I
on
think
that.
there's no really discussion there.
Mavs Jazz.
Mavs Jazz.
I like this one. I like
That's a
this
good one. That's a good one.
Jazz have had some turmoil throughout the season.
Mhm.
The quote unquote problems between Rudy and Donovan and the organization.
Right.
The Mavs have had their struggles too. Luka's had a little slump for a little while, but he came back and has been doing his thing. So
Yeah.
how are you guys feeling?
I don't know.
This
I
is a
don't
tougher
know.
one.
I mean,
The
I don't
Jazz
know- I don't
defense
know
is good.
how has
I- I-
Spencer Dinwiddie been doing in Dallas? Do you guys know anything about that?
I'm not sure
I
about
think the
that.
Jazz take it. I like Luca, but I
Really?
think you got Spida, you have Rudy Gobert. I like Jordan Clarkson, Bojan. I
Mhm.
mean,
They got a D
I
team.
feel like they have a deep
Yeah.
team. They're gonna be physical and quick. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not never really been big on Dallas. I don't see Dallas really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Dallas does it.
I feel comfortable
Yeah.
saying Jazz and
I could
6.
I feel comfortable with Jazz as well. I mean, I like Luka as a person. I mean, even as a basketball player, I think he has the ability to carry, but at times he does fall short. I mean, we've seen it before. He can only do so much.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with the Jazz pick. I mean, I feel like they also have a chip on their shoulders from the talk throughout the season last year. I mean, even going back all the way to the bubble, blowing a 3-1 was that, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yep. To Denver.
it was
Right.
Denver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe
Denver.
Denver.
So I feel
But-
like, they have a real reason to show out.
Plus, I
they have
mean,
to
this is
prove
another one
themselves.
for Spida. Same thing
Yeah.
with him.
Totally.
Like, you know what I mean? Do it. Prove that you can, handle Luca, and then then you got Phoenix waiting for you. So
And
Yeah,
plus,
got your
if they
work cut out.
lose, the Jazz will not be a team next year, anyways.
Yeah.
Donnie is probably going to be gone. Maybe they'll keep one of either Rudy or Donnie. So,
Of course. Yeah.
all right. So what is that?
Yeah.
Jazz and 6, you said?
I say
comfortably?
Jazz and 6.
I agree.
Mm.
Golden
Warriors,
State.
Nuggets. Yep. Warriors and
All
Denver.
right.
Steph, Jamal Murray, who's playing? That's my first question.
Jamal, I don't think so. Michael Porter Jr., I don't think so. At least for the first few games, I heard that there won't. So it's gonna be the
Yeah.
Jokic show. It's gonna be the Jokic
I
show
think
versus
Steph
Warriors.
is on pace to play too, though.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe he practiced today.
He did.
Yeah. So
Um,
I mean, I feel like the Warriors with Jordan Poole, Clay, and then Steph probably coming back. Obviously the experience between all them and Draymond, you can't even. I feel like the Warriors will take it in 5.
I'd say Warriors in 6. I think the Nuggets are gritty.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
they have the ability to steal a game, especially with that
Mhm.
dominant big play from Jokic. So
Yeah,
I feel comfortable the Warriors slip up twice maybe, but overall I'd say Warriors in 6.
mhm. I agree. I mean, obviously, Jokic seemed to be a mismatch throughout the whole game. You can only
Yeah,
do so much to stop him as well.
yeah,
But I don't know if Nuggets without being fully healthy with Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, I don't think they could keep up.
yeah. I think
I
yeah,
agree.
I think that if Jamal Murray um and Michael Porter play, then I think it'll definitely be 6. But then if neither of those two play, yeah, I'd say Warriors in 5 with you. Um,
I think it's if they do play, it changes a lot for me, but
Yeah,
doesn't look like Murray's gonna play. So I agree with in 5, maybe 6, because I think the Warriors are way too fast. Jokic, I don't. I mean,
he can only
the
do
way
so much.
the way Poole's playing, you got Clay, Steph will be back.
yeah,
I mean, the chemistry is already there. Warriors handle this
right.
one. It's 6
Mhm.
at the latest.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
And what we
And
got
then
for the
the
last one?
last one is
Memphis and
Grizzlies and the
Oh yeah,
NBA play-in champions,
I
Timberwolves.
got I got the Grizz. I got the Grizz in 5. I'll take the Grizz in
Okay.
5.
yeah,
They've been really hot this year. Dope young team.
Mhm.
Exciting to watch. Very fun to
Mhm.
watch. I mean, I think Jaws gonna play, right?
Yeah, he should.
Like he's good. I mean, yeah, I have Grizz in 5. I think
Yeah.
Pat Bev, obviously Pat Bev and D'Lo and Ant
I mean,
and Cat will give him a little
I
bit
can
of
see
support.
maybe the Timberwolves stealing too. I mean, obviously they're freaking gassed up after the last win. But I feel
Yeah,
like they could give him some trouble in Minnesota. Obviously D'Lo showed he could get hot after his 1 point first quarter. Pat Bev has, I mean, he has nothing to prove, but he always feels like he does. He's
yeah,
been playing pretty hot recently. Cat didn't have a very good showing, so I feel like he's gonna need to prove something. I mean, so I feel like the Timberwolves could at least steal a few.
yeah.
They'll give him a run, but I don't think it'll be a runaway.
No.
that's true. I mean, I just think that the Timberwolves have just been so hot. I mean,
Mhm.
when I think they swept the season series. Obviously, I watched Miami, so I saw it. But when they beat us in Minnesota, like you said, the crowd's going nuts. They're moving quick. Carl Anthony Towns is dunking from everywhere. I'm sorry, Ant is,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
I feel like that's it's because of how hot Minnesota is the only reason I would say Memphis. Like I would think Memphis would destroy them, but because of how hot they've been lately. But I think Pat Bev's going to be crying again, but for this time because it's John Morant destroying them. I think Ja's not going to let him go out in the first round.
no.
yeah, no,
I mean, we see. I'd say we could agree on what Memphis in 6.
yeah. I think it'll push to 6.
I
I
think
don't see
five
it
or
really falling
six.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
say, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's
So there you have it.
that's it.